The tutorial we're going to now, it's going to rain and a lovely fairy is going to come along and tell him to rush into the cave. So this is what he's going to do. So first of all, I'm having a look at my fairy and I think she's facing the wrong way for what I want to happen. She's facing this way and his eyes are sort of going up here. So I'm going to take the one I'm going to use, which will be I want her to fly, and I'm just going to flip her. And I'm going to flip her other costume as well, where her wings are flapping for the moment. Right, okay, so I've done that. Go back to coding. Now, when he hits the marshes, it's going to start to rain. So first of all, I'm going to have to create a clone. Clone. So first of all, I'm going to paint some rain. So I'm sure I can do it like this. A nice blue colour, the rain. Yep, maybe a little lighter. Little raindroppy things. It's supposed to be water, isn't it? Okay, my best raindrop painting. Now here's the centre. So here I go. It's very big, isn't it? We'll make them smaller. Fill in with that. And then paint another little drop beside it. Oh, good, don't need any painting. Right, so select this little drop. Perhaps make it smaller if I can. Maybe convert to bitmap, might let me do it smaller. Maybe not so fat little drop. Move them up close to the other drop. Okay, that looks alright. Little tiny raindrops. Maybe make it a bit smaller again. Yes, that's better. Right, move them so they're in the, whoops. Move them to the centre. Whoops, harder than I thought. My arrows are letting me do it on my keyboard. There we go. Yeah, right, they're nicer than the centre. Happy with that. Right, so now I'm going to do the coding for it. So of course when the event, there you go, hide. Okay. Oops. Now when he hits the moor, I might send a message to start raining. So let's have a look. Control, event, broadcast. Start raining. Okay. So now it's starting to rain. Go back to my sprite. Should we call him Rain? There we go. And when I receive on the moors, hide, want to repeat. I can play with these numbers here. 40 times. We're going to create a clone of itself. So it's going to clone itself, so it's going to start looking like many. And then when I start as a clone, I'm going to show. And then put in a repeat. Go to. Now we want it to randomly start anywhere along here. So the rain sort of comes down spasmodically, so from anywhere. So we're going to pick a random from minus 232, which is right over here, 2, whoops, stay in there, 232. And y, 180 should be the top. If it's not, you just change it. Now we want it to keep doing that. We want to then get it to fall down. So repeat until. So you're going to change the y position by minus 10. That'll make it go down. Okay, so you want it to keep changing, going down. So we're going to have it so that operations keep going until the y position. So here he is. Y position is minus 178. So that should be somewhere around the ground here. Right. Pop that under there. And then when it's hit down there, we don't want it all accumulating down the bottom there. We're then going to get it to hide once more. Okay. Pop it in the repeat until, and it can hide, and then stop that particular script. Just this script. Right. Now I've got a number here of that I've used before. 43.1. Whoops. 1. Ooh, doesn't do the 0.1. Okay, just 43 times. Okay, let's see what this is going to do. So click on here. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. It's raining. Not accumulating here, starting from random up here. Not too thick. If you want it to be not so dense, if you want those, make the sprite smaller. Okay, stop the script. So you can set size to 50% if you want to. And there it is, a little smaller. Now, could be denser if you want it to. There we go. Just depending on how hard you want it to be raining. Okay, so that's your rain script. So the minute he hits the moors, it's gonna start raining. Okay. And then the fairy's going to come along. We can stop this. Boom. So the fairy is going to show. So when, probably the good time is when the rain starts, and we can put a bit of wait time on. So if we go back to events, when I receive, is it on the moors or starting raining? So you can put some wait time in there, depending on how long you want to be before she appears. So he might then have something to say about that. Forecast raining. Wait 1 second. Then he can say something. Okay. And then we look at this rain. Okay, so if you want to record that, up here to sounds. Okay, add a sound. Oh, will you look at this rain? Can trim it up, get rid of the clicks. Save. Oh, will you look at this rain? And name it. And then we'll do another one. Now, what did I actually say? Now what will I do? Right, what will I do now? Sounds, record. What will I do now? I hope you guys are excusing my absolutely terrible Irish accent. What will I do now? Okay, so back to my coding. And of course, in my sound, I can pull out my two and my other one. Still called recording 1. That's not helpful, is it? Okay. There we are. So, hopefully, together. Oh, will you look at this rain? What will I do now? Okay, so that goes on there. So the fairy is going to have to wait when she's after 1 second, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 seconds before she appears. So over here, change that to 5 seconds. Then she's going to be somewhere. So I'll get her to show now. Yeah, way big. So I'll change her size to something a little bit better. Half the size maybe. Yeah, there she is. Right, well she can come down from up there. I might actually get her to point in a certain direction. She's sort of flying fairly straight, isn't she? Although they do fly straight, that's okay. We won't get too fussy. So we'll get her to go off the edge as much as I can so she can fly in. Okay, so motion, I'm already there. I'm already there. I'm going to go to there. I'm going to make sure her size is 50%. Yep. Wait 5 seconds and show. Then I want her to move in. Might have to be -10 because I sent her the other way. Yes, I'll have to. Yes, I'll have to get her to move -10 steps because I've swapped her around, so that's a bit of a caution. So now I would like her to do between these two costumes, isn't it? Fairy B2, Fairy B and Fairy B2. Thing is, if you don't want any of the other costumes, you could easily just get rid of them if you don't want to use them at all, and then it's just next costume. So for the moment, I'm not quite sure, so I'll just leave it as Fairy B1 and Fairy B2. And Fairy B2 with some wait time in between so we can see her wings beating. Five. Whoops. We'll just duplicate that. This has to be the end of each one. And then every time she beats, put that in there. Right, so this should be her moving. 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Maybe 12. Okay, so she'll come in. Then she can say to him, say, what I might do is keep her wings beating, hopefully. Duplicate. I hate it when that happens. Got to be careful. So that goes on there. So here I just take the move blocks out. So it's just sitting there. So that's no good. Now, the thing is that I could actually get her wings going forever if I put this into a forever loop. Right? So from the time she's clicked, she'll be moving. And this way, I only have to move her 4 times if you want it to be smooth. See how that goes. starting. So maybe we need a bit of wait time in there as well. Okay, that should do it. Yep, that's perfect. I like that. So there we go. So I've got her wings beating forever, but you just can't see it because she'll be hidden until such time as she comes out, which means that now I can get her to talk and have dialogue at the same time if I record it. The other way it just wasn't going to work. So you go into looks, get out to say something for 2 seconds, and you can say Bella, you look soaked. Yonder. Okay, so now I have to make a recording for those. So one here, sounds. Oh, magic spell. Oh, could use that somewhere. Right, so here we go. Gosh, you look soaked. Get rid of all the beginning bits. Gosh, you look soaked. Beautiful. Save. And the other one was head for the cave over yonder. Mind you, there's more than one there, isn't it? So we should put caves. And costumes and sounds. Call the sound. Head for the caves over yonder. Oof. Head for the caves over yonder. Oh, that sounds horrible. Re-record. Head for the caves over yonder. Head for the caves over yonder. Oh, that'll do it. Right, so there we go. So we've got those two. And head to caves is what we'll call that one. And so here we go. So I'm going to now put the sound in. Play. Soaked. Play. That sound. Go to caves. So. Gosh, you look soaked. Head for the caves over yonder. Okay, so you notice with the wings, it's pushing them out. Yeah, that's just one of the things that happens. So just be aware. So if you've got a moving sprite, understand that it will make it move. So sometimes I have in the past stopped the sprite moving so you can see them. But I'm using sound as well, so I'm kind of thinking I'm going to get away with it. So, okay. So now we want him to move to the caves over yonder. Do we want her to go? Yes, she can flit off. So I might get her to can I get her to glide? Will she keep moving? Get her off as far as I can. Okay, glide 2. And hide again. Right, so I have to get her to go to forever, and do this. Gosh, you look soaked. Head for the caves over yonder. Yeah, I'll do it. Beautiful. Might have a little bit of wait time there. Maybe he'll say something in return. So she's coming out. It's going to have to take some wait time. So he'll need to wait 6 seconds while she's doing her thing. And he might reply, "Thank you, my dear lady." Say, right, another. Thank you, my dear lady. Thank you, my dear lady. I think that Irish accent's getting worse. Okay, so back to coding, and we'll just pop that in there. Back to recording one. Forgetting to. Doing a lot of recordings, you need to be very vigilant at naming them. Right, so now we have the fairy. She miles will wait the 2 seconds while she hears his reply, and then she can flit off into the sunset. Right. Okay, so while that's all happening, then he's going to now go off to the caves, but I want him to go up to here, and I want him quite small by the end of it. I might even try to get him to walk as he does it as well. So, after he's said thank you to his rescuer, I might pop this over here and pop that up here so we can, there we go, keep it a bit tidier. Always pays to keep it as tidy as you can. So he's going, I want him to do his walk. Now I want him to change Y. There we are. Change X, change Y. So I'm going to change Y. I'm going to increase Y. And I'm going to increase X as well by a little bit. Get him to head off to one of these small caves over here somewhere maybe. And then I want him to decrease his size so it looks like he's moving away from you. So go back to looks, change size by, maybe minus 10 till he just about disappears. So it'll be a change of, repeat it 7 times, won't it? Oh. Right, so I can reset this whenever I want to. I'm just going to get him back to, just to reset. And I've got his size at 70%, haven't I? Oops. Okay, this is just allowing me to reset it so I can experiment as to what it's going to look like. So I need him to go, whoop, too far, too fast. So I need to probably half all that by -5. Maybe double that. Okay, see, back I go. Maybe if I have that at 14 and make that -5 again. Poof. Yep, okay. Minus 7, minus 10. Maybe a bit of wait time in between because it took far too quick, wasn't it? Whoops. And right, back you come. I could do it. What about 8? Change size by minus. Okay. By 15. Nope. 18. I want him to end up by one of the cave entrances. That looks pretty good to me. There he is, right by a cave entrance right there. So I think that's what we'll do. Won't worry about the walking. That could be just a little bit too complicated at the moment. So back here. So once he's finished saying thank you, away he goes. All done. So now we've got him out of the rain and we'll be ready to go into the next scene.